on, you stupid thing. Okay. Okay. New link. 2022. So, yeah. So I am going to go ahead and say hello and try to get over to the chat. I do know that Amanda added a link. If that's not, what is going on? Okay. So this is Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and I am down in Florida in the midst of the hurricane and all of that fun stuff. Not sure how I'm going to get this information to everyone. Hello, Miss Lisa Acker. Welcome, welcome, honey. I don't know if you're able to see my desk or not yet. My computer is still buffering. I am currently on tethering, so that's super fun. Yeah. So I'm trying to be able to see the chat on my laptop. If it doesn't work out, as soon as you guys, okay, Dawn says you can see my desk. Awesome. Let me try shutting that off. I don't know if everyone has come over from there. You got booted from the other link. Okay. Yeah, the original link, I tried to go on a little bit early because I really wanted to make sure that I had it all kind of going correct before I got started. So if you see a cord, you know that is because I have my headset plugged into my phone, and another cord is where it's connected to my laptop so that I can see the chat. I don't see Amanda over here yet, so she probably doesn't know about this yet. So let me leave her a quick message over on, if I can, over on Facebook real quick. New link. It took me to the wrong one. I am having issues too. Everybody is having issues today with the internet, and I am going to say that this is all caused by Hurricane Ian. Okay, so I just sent her a quick message over there so that she can let the folks in the stream know. Yes, I want to close that. Yes, okay. So I think I've got that straight. Let me see the chat. Do see that Lisa Parker is in here. We have Lisa Acker and Miss Dawn. So we've got a few of you guys. And I do see that there are more folks in the chat. So fantastic. So here's what I'm going to be playing with today. I am typically a seat of my pants crafter, and anyone who has watched any of my videos on my channel knows this. Today I'm doing something a little different. I actually have a card planned out and decided to play a little bit. This is the new embossing folder for the embossing folder of the month from Spellbinders. And unlike a lot of the other folks, a lot of folks were doing Halloween, and I love doing Halloween, but I also wanted to start playing with some of the new stuff that just came out today. Thank you, Miss Cards by Kendra. Hello, Miss Kendra. She says, I'm super impressed that you're doing this with a generator and phone tethering. You rock. I'm trying to, which just means that I'm noticing that my phone is not straight and all the things. I'm not able to use any of my fun stuff, but anyhow. No, I did not hit my head on the bamboo, Dawn. Hello, Miss Amanda. Welcome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you made it in. I sent you a message over on Facebook so that you'd know what was going on. And so far, I'm only 2 minutes into my time with all of the tech issues and stuff. So yes, I did plan a card because I decided to play with this yesterday. And this is what I kind of did. This is what this embossing folder looks like. And and I did some inking on it, which I don't do a whole lot. I love trying out new techniques, or new to me, or retrying things I haven't done in a while. So this is kind of what we're going to be playing with the most today. Other than that, I do have a little bit of die cutting done. So another thing that I don't really do a lot of is I decided I am going to die cut out, or I already did, an oval using my fluted frames from Spellbinders, which you guys know are one of my favorite dies. I'm using one of the larger ovals, and then I'm going to emboss it using this embossing folder, and then we're going to do some inking on it. So I'm just going to place this in there. Humidity is so bad here, I really don't need to add any water to this. I may add it later if I decide I want a little bit more of a watercolor effect. Hello, Miss Kim in Alaska. Hello, Miss Brenda. Hello to everyone that I haven't already said hi to. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my Spellbinders Platinum 6 and the new platform system. If you haven't tried out the platform system, I do have another video showing how that all works. They basically made it so that it will work with the new 3D embossing folders that have been coming out. So I've got another one of those I'll be sharing later in the month. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and emboss the die cut circle. Now, I've seen this done a million times. I think it's also pretty, and I just don't do it very often. And just because I like to make sure I get a really good impression, I am running it back and forth a few times. It's not really necessary, but do what you want, you know. And then we've got, oh yes, we've got this real pretty panel. You guys see that? With all of that dimension there. Love that. So let me get my Platinum 6 out of the way. This is one of the reasons I love this machine, is I can just pick it up and move it. And it packs up really small, which is fantastic. Next, I'm going to take out, yes, I have everything prepared. I'm going to take out some Catherine Pooler inks to do a little inking. And I'm using this is like a bigger makeup brush that they're now selling for, I know that a lot of the stamp companies have got this too. I just got this one off of Amazon. I don't know that I left a link down below, but if I didn't, starting off with Deck the Halls, I can add a link down there. I do have links to pretty much everything I'm using down in the description. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I want to make sure that I don't go too heavy on it, so I'm tapping it off into the lid, and then I'm going to use a really light hand to just kind of go over the top. If you've watched any of my stuff, you know I do tend to be heavy-handed, and these brushes have made it so much easier for me to do that light blending, meaning it's not getting way down onto the white. Okay, I'm finally caught up on I'm watching also over I'm watching also over on YouTube, and I was, again, way behind for whatever reason. It does that a lot. So I'm still going to keep on going with a light hand, but I noticed on this I didn't really get quite dark enough the first time around, so I'm going to go over a little bit more, a few times. And I am getting a little bit of ink on the background, but you know what? It really doesn't matter. This is going to be the background for our focal image. I'm thinking, when I looked at this set, this embossing folder, I'm thinking that looks like your tree. So when you have any lights going on, you kind of have that little bit of a ghosty effect around a lot of the things that are on your tree. So I think that having all of that kind of ghosting of the ink looks really nice and pretty much authentic. Welcome, Sam McLean. Sam McLean 76 says found you. Welcome. Okay. So this is my base layer, okay? So that's just kind of what that is. That is the base layer, and now I can see I am really off camera because the way I have to have my phone set up. Yeah, it is what it is. Next, I'm going to take out, so I'm having to lean forward across my desk. I'm taking out some foam daubers for this next bit. And again, I will have links to pretty much everything down below. I don't have a link for the daubers, but I know you can find those over on scrapbook.com and on Amazon, all those places. So I'm going to take out a couple of different colors here. I think this is the one that I used for the red yesterday, but I think I'm going to go with the green first. So I'm going to use the green, and just basically I'm going to darken up my bows. And that's just using a finger dauber and going gently over here. Again, trying to use a light hand so that you're only getting it on the tops of these raised edges. And this is something that has always been a bit hard for me to do, but you can tell that that one branch looks a bit darker. Welcome, Sharon. Welcome, Briard. Welcome, everyone. Ooh, Daniel just told Amanda that he has a super cool treat for people who join later on Zoom. Fantastic. I am planning on being there. Of course, a lot of this depends on tethering. I know I'm going to have to recharge my phone. So if it goes out midstream, that's because my phone died. I've had it hooked up as tethering all day so I could watch all of these fun videos. And a lot of them I'm going to have to go back and rewatch because, yeah, of course, my service is kind of sketchy at best right now. So I'm not able to see all the things. But weren't all those other cards amazing? These guys are fantastic. I love what you did with your card, Miss Amanda. That was super cool. I had never thought about using my Misty to let me know exactly where to add my not only my my push me, but also I'm trying to think while I'm and speak at the same time, and it's not working. Anyway, I hadn't really thought about using it the way that you did on there, and that was fantastic. And then to have that as your guide to lining up your light. I have a bad tendency of adding my sentiment at the very, very end of any and all cards that I make. So on a light up card, kind of does that too, and I kind of forget until the end. So that just means I need more practice. Okay, so now all of the greens are a little bit darker. And yes, I did get more into the background, but that is totally fine. Next, I'm going to use this red, which is Cranberry Fizz, again from Catherine Pooler. And add that to all of the places that I feel that would be berries. So I've got the berries, and then I've got some flowers too. I'm trying to go really, really light. But in my case, I think that this ink pad is probably not as juicy as it probably should be, meaning I need to re-ink it. So it's not picking up as well on my finger dauber, which means I'm having to put a little bit more pressure than I really should to be able to get it to go down, and I'm getting more of that color around the edges. And I just noticed that I'm off to the side. Okay, let's come over here and be a little bit more in the center, right? Yeah, I was really impressed with all of the different folks that were having some technical issues, and then those that I know were trying something new, because trying new things on your stream is so super fun. But it does mean that there's always going to be some kind of a technical issue. Luckily, all you guys in the chat, you guys are super awesome because you don't mind it. You like it that we're trying something new. It's just like with our cards. We love trying new things on making cards. And I love showing you guys that if I can do this stuff, yeah, you can do it too. Okay, so next I'm taking out my blue suede. And for that, I'm going to be doing this one over the ornaments. So we've got a couple of ornaments on this piece here. And this one I can go a little bit darker in the middle because it doesn't really matter on that. And it's still going to give that kind of a little bit of a ghosty effect. Now, if you want this to look a little bit watercolor, and I think I will do this on this panel, you can add a bit of water to it. You know, do a light spritz after you're done. And it should give you a little bit of a different effect, because these are water reactive inks from Catherine Pooler. Okay. And by the way, I have changed my mind a couple of times about what I was going to do with this card, and I just realized that one of the techniques I was going to try, I didn't actually do, but that's okay. I've got backup for that, right? Okay, next I'm going to, so this is kind of our background panel, right? And we can put that on a card base. I've got a couple of card bases here, so I've got a blue. And then I've got a green, and I think it would look great on either one. I'm kind of leaning towards the blue though. Hello, Miss Gloria. And I've also got a couple of things that I've made using a couple of die sets where I made extras, okay? The first one is this cute little sled. That is the Winter Welcome Sled from Spellbinders. This one I think was part of like last month's, probably either last month's or the months before collection from their new releases. And I think that would look super cute because it would be kind of like an ornament, right? Or we could use an ornament. So I went ahead and stitched up a new ornament from the Stitched Ornaments dies. So you guys tell me, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the sled or the ornament for this card? You guys let me know what you'd like me to do on this one. Because you already saw it's real easy to do the background, so I could always do a second one. Okay, so Amanda says, likes the sled. Melissa says up, 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 so I'm assuming up. So far we've got more sleds than ornaments. I think I need to try putting a poll in here. Let me do that. Which should I do? And then I will type this in, and then you guys can vote and let me know. And I'm only going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. So I just added the poll to the chat there. While I'm doing that, I'm also planning on using a sentiment strip using another set from Spellbinders. I'm planning on using this one, which is Warm and Cozy Wishes. Move closer to the daubers. Okay. Yeah, I'm having to do this all with my phone and glancing at my YouTube. What I wanted to do was foiling, but no poll. The poll is up there. It should be at the top of the screen, and right now it's showing 60% for the sled and 40% for the ornament. I think she was talking about daubers, but that's okay. So the sentiment is going to be coming from the Glitter Wishes from Spellbinders. Again, everything is linked down below. And this one has a ton of Christmas sentiments in here. It's so pretty. The only ones I've actually used so far are the ones that are on this purple tape because I did multiples. Anyhow, so far we still have Sled as being what I'm going to go with. So I just spent all this time doing the stitching, and I'll do that for another card later. I did this one yesterday afternoon because there was no time we would have time to do that here. And I think I've got, yes, one of my plans for today, while I'm not really able to do a whole lot of things, is going back through all of my Spellbinders dies organization. Because I've got tons of binders, but to be honest, there's so many things in there, and I haven't really got them all organized. I need to do that. So next I'm going to use what I always use, and that's some foam tape on the back of my panel here. Because I still have a few minutes left. And Amanda, could you keep me on track so I know what time? I'm trying to remember what time I'm supposed to be done because my brain isn't working. I think 2 o'clock on the nose is what time I'm supposed to finish up. And now I have to find my scissors. Okay, Dawn, did you steal my scissors again? Just teasing, honey. Okay, Melissa said 4 minutes. Awesome, thank you. I can definitely get the tape and everything done in 4 minutes. So Melissa's saying, yes, first coffee, so good. Yes, I have my coffee over here. I have my water. The coffee, it's kind of where we're able to turn on just a few things in the house at a time. And this little guy already has foam on the back, so that's awesome. I decided when I was making a couple of cards using the little sled to make an extra one and get it all ready so it's ready to go on a card, and that was perfect for this. Okay, so I've got that. I want to make sure I put it on straight. So I'm going to use some liquid adhesive on the back of my foam strips. That way I can wiggle it around when I inevitably put it down wrong, because everybody's nerves are kind of whacked today with all of the techie stuff and not having all of the things that we need. Okay, so I'm putting this right down here. I'm trying to see because it's further away from me than normal. Okay, so that's giving them a little bit of dimension, and then I can place this one. I think I'm going to do it at an angle, actually. I love it at an angle. Also, if you put something down intentionally wonky, guess what? Nobody knows that you have trouble putting things down straight, which we all have a tendency to do at times. Okay. So I'll put that one on there that way. And then I can add my sentiment right across the center. Let me see how that looks. Waiting for the internet to catch up with me. Also, Amanda, just so that you know and so everybody else knows, I did go ahead and set up the redirect so that it should go fine right after this video. When I reset it up with the redirect going to Crafty Owl. So Crafty Owl is coming up right after me. She is super awesome. And I need my tweezers because otherwise I can't put it on straight. Thank you so much, ladies. And sorry, Crystal, but you missed out. I have a poll up at the top and the ornament didn't win. So, okay, so let me put that kind of right in the center. I'm gonna have to turn it this way so I can see and line it up with my grid. And right about there. And then, of course, I twist it crooked, which is why we use liquid glue, right, ladies? Okay. So that is going to finish up this Christmas card. I think it turned out super cute. You could also bring out the wood grain by just doing a little bit of blending with some like brown inks, and I think I did that on one of the other ones, but this turned out super cute. I haven't actually done the die cut with the embossing on it, although I've seen it lots of times, and it's a lot easier to do the die cutting first. If you do it after you emboss, which you totally can, you're probably going to wind up with smushing some of your embossing, and then you need to go back and re-emboss it. So we're right at 1:59, so we should be pretty much done. We'll be going over, as I mentioned, to Crafty Owl's YouTube channel. Down at the bottom and down in the description down below, you'll see a link to it. I'm also got the redirect set up, and I would love for you guys to type into the chat. Let me copy that. Type into the chat rating from DJCC to let her know that you guys came over from me. So you can just copy and paste that. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other card making videos. I do a live stream every Tuesday night at 5:30 Eastern, and we'd love to see you there. So you guys have a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.